final guest this lunchtime is one of Britain's greatest musical exports, having sold a whopping 26 million albums around the world. She may have once lost her heart to a Starship Trooper, but thankfully it's just her voice that's out of this world, as she's once again proving on her first CD release in 5 years, called Symphony. Please welcome Sarah Brightman. You're looking like a slim, sexy beast.
You do. You look lovely.
You as well. I mean, lovely ladies with lovely faces. It's nice to be here.
The bodies are a bit of a worry.
Now, do you have to work at this, or are you blessed naturally? In which case, get off.
I have to keep an eye on it.
Do you?
Definitely, and definitely as I'm getting older, more and more and more. And so it's actually quite hard because, you know, when I'm running around, you know, because I live in America as well and go around the world, you're always sort of grab food eating.
On the go.
Yes, and of course then lots of carbohydrates and all the things we're not meant to eat.
And what about stress-related eating? Do you find you eat more when you're stressed, or...?
It depends what kind of stress it is. Normally, if I'm performing, I don't eat a lot, but if I'm on, you know,
because you're just nervous energy.
That's right, and it sits in for singers especially. It sits in a bad place in the stomach.
Oh, it always sat in a good space for me. I had a big fat meal before I went on. It was brilliant. Got me through it.
Really, I know. See, this is the thing with performance. It's everybody's unique and different in that respect. But when I'm doing promotion, and I'm doing lots of interviews and things, I actually eat a lot because you're in dressing rooms and people give you nice sort of presents and things and
nice
chocolates
foods
and
so
it's
well looked after.
Do you think you have a good relationship with food, Sarah, or do you use it to comfort eat and sort of drown your sorrows in?
I have a great relationship with food, but that doesn't mean I'm always doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yes,
a healthy relationship.
I do everything bad and everything good with it. It's actually a very important thing in my life, but I think it is with most people. I don't know many people, if they really admitted that aren't foodies, that aren't into food.
Yeah. You look absolutely stunning in that video that we saw there, and on the cover of the new CD.
And in real life.
And in real.
Thank you.
And we were talking.
Yes, I'm blonde there.
Yeah, we were talking. Is that hair pieces, or did you?
No, I had hair pieces, hair extensions put in, and actually it was wonderful because I always dreamed of being blonde, and because I am so dark, I was never able to do it. And when I was younger, I actually sort of tried to make my hair blonde and had made terrible mistakes.
Was it you had a hair disaster?
Complete hair disaster. It was done by myself. So this was a wonderful opportunity to actually go blonde for a while, which I love.
Is this a different type of sound for you? Is it a sort of a darker quality?
It does. I mean, I took a long time to make the album, and it was interesting because I did it over 5 years, and my whole sort of ideas about music and what I wanted to do for it completely changed within that time.
From what to what?
Well, it started off, I had a sort of very utopian, sort of fluid, very classical sound, more what I had been known to do from the past. And as I went through those 5 years, a lot of sort of interesting, some negative things happened in my life, and I had to go through a few journeys to get through. And so I started listening to darker music, reading darker texts, as you do if you go through anything sort of melancholy, and ended up with actually a much more gothic type album, and it has more edge and it's much more interesting.
Why 5 years? Why did it take you 5 years?
She's lazy.
Well, I'm that as well. No, I got to a point because I'd sort of been doing these big sort of world tours and creating albums and making them and promoting them for quite a few years, and I didn't want to repeat myself, and I got to the point where I thought, I think I'm at a stage where I can sit back and actually really, really work on this carefully. And it was great actually because it gave me opportunities to go all over the world. I did Live Earth, I did the Princess Diana thing, I did lots of charity concerts. And I did things like I came to England and did just the two of us, and things I hadn't been able to do before, and it just made my spirit better. It was a better place to be.
Could you ever have imagined when you sort of started out, we first knew you sort of for the, Lost My Heart to Starship Trooper and Hot Gossip and things, did you know then that this is where you wanted to end up? Or is this journey that you've had in your career taken you on a completely different path than you ever imagined?
Some of it has. I sort of knew the basis of where I wanted to go.
You were
I
a gifted child, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I played piano very easily. I naturally was able to sing and very musical. So I sort of knew the basis of what it was going to be. And I think I always knew that I was going to, do concerts. I had a vision of that, but I never actually ever thought I'd go into theatre in the way that I did. I never thought that would be so successful.
I was going to say, do you miss that? Would you like to do something again that's theatre-based, character-based, as it were?
Yes, I loved. I mean, I know I'm well known for doing the musical theatre, but actually, it's not totally my taste. I love plays, and I did plays for a while, just working with actors and text, and I just loved it. So I would
You've
like
just done
to
your
do that.
first film, haven't you?
Yes, I have. It's crazy.
With
that.
Paris Hilton.
Well, it's other people as well. It's got... But actually, I did a few scenes with her, but it also has people like Paul Savino in it, who we know from The Sopranos, and Anthony Head's in it, and Alexa Vega, who's a wonderful child star who's sort of now becoming older. And it's Darren Lynn Bousman that did all the Saw movies, the horror movies, which I don't generally like, but those I did like.
My son loves them, yeah.
Yeah, so it was...
So did you go out on the Raz with Paris?
A couple of times.
Did you?
She's very lovely. I mean, they were all lovely, and we, would go off and do things in a group. And yes, she was always the one that organised the party.
Did she ever get you into any scrapes?
No. I get myself into scrapes. I don't need
any help.
Well, listen, the album's out now, isn't it? It's
Yes,
also got
it
another
is.
duet with Andre Bocelli on
That's
it, which
right.
you saw there.
It's lovely.
Are you going to tour the album? Or?
Yes, I'm going on a world tour at the end of the year. I'm starting Mexico, then USA, Canada, and then I'm bringing it back to lovely England and Britain, and then Europe, and then the East. So that's it.
Fantastic. Best of luck with
Thank
that.
you
When's
very
the film
much.
out and what's it called?
The film out, I think, is coming out sort of around the October time, and it's called Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Oh, can't wait to see that.
It's
You
very
in Paris.
interesting.
Thank you so much
Thank
for now,
you
Sarah
very
Brightman,
much.
everybody.
Thank you.
That's your lot from Sarah and us, of course, but do make sure you don't miss us tomorrow at 12:30 as Nancy DeLolio spills the beans on her turbulent life. Have a good Monday.
Well, this afternoon, it's back, and knowing the answers is only part of the battle. Bluffing is a big part of the other half. Jasper Carrott returns with golden balls today at 5 o'clock.